James Morrow, I constantly call this, the fairy tale is called COVID, Goldilocks and the 3 COVID rules, right? Where they're just, 4Ks is too cold, and, 6Ks is too hot, but 5Ks is just right. But what about that Premier Marshmallow? Like, literally, can we play it again, this dickhead, pretending that his stuffer saved lives, that his stuffer somehow, magically, I stopped. I mean, that's specious reasoning. Not since Homer Simpson had Bear Patrol in Springfield has there been a dumber person pretending they are saving lives. All right, roll the tape. This more.
What we've had in South Australia is very good density, 1 per 2 square metres, and that's why we took the strong and decisive action that we took, because we didn't want to have a second wave and we didn't want to have clusters popping up every couple of weeks after this had been seeded.
Bullshit. James.
Well, I mean, look, there is so much to say about this. I'm absolutely loving this idea now that, when the guy hands over your pizza in the contactless delivery, it could still be this whole COVID pepperoni nightmare that's coming up. But the other thing that is just absolutely ridiculous, and there needs to be more talk about this, Paul, is the fact that they went right to lockdown, which is even the WHO has now said, and they are the most Chinese communist influenced of all of these public health outfits, has said lockdowns are your absolute last resort when you need to buy time for a health system that's overwhelmed. That is not what we had. We have had 3 deaths in South Australia. Snowtown, they had 12. So think about just how overreacting they are to this whole situation. That one case from some dodgy bloke who says, oh, yeah, I got it from the pizza shop or something. Maybe that's where I got it. I don't know. They shut down the entire state. You would have had all sorts of businesses, weddings, all sorts of events, all thrown into absolute chaos for this. And everybody just says, this is fine? I'm sorry, but this guy and Dan Andrews may be from different political parties, but they are cut from exactly the same panicky cloth. And I gotta say, I am so disappointed that so many Australians aren't absolutely out in the street demanding the removal of these clowns.
Well, Richo, you get the last word on it because we're equal opportunity haters here for idiots, and Premier Marshmallow is at the front of that queue at the moment. But, Cory, you lived it, and as you said, no doubt you've... Yeah, well, as I'm saying, Cory, let's get in there, right? You're not the idiot. What are you? I'm not calling you an idiot. I'm just previewing. We're going to talk to Richo.
You go to Richo. Right. You give me the last word.
He got absolutely roasted. Hook in, pal.
Look, I have a look at all of this and I just say to myself, it's terribly sad. I don't get worked up over this. There is no need to. There is no reason to panic, no reason to shut anything down. If you do get this thing, overwhelmingly the cases have been very mild. It's like getting a cold, which most of us get every year anyway. This has really been exaggerated to the nth degree, and I am just pissed off with it, frankly. It's just too much for me. Everybody just get a grip, and get a grip on something that isn't what I think you're trying to grip, and try and work out how to take us through this.
I like it. You are joining the loose show tonight. I love it. We've all got the Darwin vibes. We've all got the territory vibes. We're doing it from the NT News, so we've all got that vibe. So, Cory Bernardi, you get the last say about the roasting of marshmallow.
Well, I said at the start of the show, everyone should listen to Richo if they don't want to listen to you and me, Paul, and he's nailed it there. I can spot a blagging politician and well, I'm not going to use the term, a bureaucrat that is gilding the lily from a mile away. And these guys have put out stuff that is so inconsistent about masks and about this new strain of the virus, about, she was saying today that Spiria was saying it was going to be 200 cases a day. He's now saying it's 100. They are in desperate spin mode to prop themselves up because they've had inconsistent, contradictory advice going out from the police website, the health website, the Premier's website. They haven't got a flippin' clue. And you know what it's cost? It's cost micro businesses like a hairdresser $4.5 grand. It's cost bigger businesses hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's cost the hospitality industry, the AHA, $50 million for a 2-day shutdown. The tourism industry, another 50 million. The master builders have been smashed. This bloke is hopeless. And last week I said we're going to get behind the James Morrow for US president. This week I think we've got to get behind Donald Trump if he loses to become the South Australian Premier, because he can't do a worse job than the clown we got now.
All right, Twitter. Well, that's half an hour that I'm sure you can have fun with. After the break, we're